Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is your reading for the week of the 9th through the 15th of August 2026. It's got an eclipse in it. It's a solar eclipse. Let's see what is happening for you. I am Kate. This is the Starseed Report, and we do readings like this every week, although the next few weeks are a little dicey. Lots of stuff going on, so I might be a little sporadic. Patience with me is appreciated. Let's just get right into your reading and see what's going on for this very important week. All right. You are coming in as Two of Wands. That is your energy coming into this reading. The Magician is the energy covering or crossing you. Basis of the reading, the Hermit. Strength card in the immediate past. Potentials. 5 of Swords, 8 of Wands in your immediate future. Negative feelings, we have the 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, energy around you. 4 of Cups, hopes and wishes. And the Lover's card is the outcome. On the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Man, Judgment has been coming out on the bottom of the deck for a ton of signs this set. That's very interesting to me. I feel like Spirit is at work helping us through this very interesting solar eclipse time. We are in eclipse season, so there's an eclipse happening at the end of the month as well. It's a good time to just take in information, the insights that are coming in, but not make any real strong decisions until after that lunar eclipse at the end of August. I'm saying that to you specifically because you have the Lover's card as your outcome, which can be a decision. So what's happening this week is going to feed into some kind of decision. But just knowing how eclipses work, you might want to wait. You know you best, though, so you do you. We'll talk through this energy. 2 of Wands is the energy you're coming in with. This is the start of a successful venture, but it is some decisions that need to be made. So you just started something. 2 of Wands, it comes right after the Ace of Wands where you get the idea. And now she's really contemplating what that looks like. She's got her 2 wands looking out the window. She's got the little van life card down there, the globe. She's planning her journey. So you're making some decisions. I think with this information coming in, some ideas you've had in the past are starting to really gel. You're starting to see how things can work, how things can be successful. That's the energy you're coming into this reading with. Your challenge, however, is the Magician. The Magician has everything he needs in order to create whatever it is that he wants. He's got all of the suits of the tarot, the swords, the wands, the cups, the pentacles. His job is to focus all of that intention with everything that he has into creating magic. This isn't a card of get out there and get to work. This is a card of mental focus, focusing on what you want. And that is your challenge. That is what Spirit is asking you to do during this time frame. The basis of this reading is the Hermit card. Hermit is all about going up to the mountaintop so that you can be in your own energy and get insight. This week is wonderful for getting those kinds of insights. Now, you are ruled by the sun. The solar eclipse, I believe, is happening in Leo. So this is impacting you more than any other sign. It is more important to you than any other sign. It's really important for you to be in your own energy and to allow the blockage of the luminaries this week, which is what happens in an eclipse. The sun and the moon get blocked, and this time it's the sun getting blocked, to allow yourself to see the stars, to see what is beyond ego. And the Hermit card is beautiful for that because you're in your own energy up on a mountaintop and gaining wisdom. It's a really good time to be in your own energy. That's the basis of this reading as you are contemplating what's happening next. Judgment coming out on the bottom of the deck is foundational. It is supporting this reading, and Judgment is about rebirth. It is about Spirit lifting you up. It is about you getting to the end of a journey, understanding how that journey has played out in your life, getting all of this insight as you connect the dots back in time and understand who you are and what you've been doing. But it's also a card of Spirit stepping in to fill in the blanks, Spirit stepping in to solve problems you didn't even know that you had, allowing Spirit to move. This next to the Hermit card is wonderful. Spending time in your own energy so that Spirit can move through you, so that you can get your focus, so that you can meet that challenge this week. The Strength card is in your immediate past. This is wonderful, but it also hints to me that you've gone through some things. You've gone through some challenges. Strength comes from stress and pressure. If you've ever built muscle in your life, you know you go to the gym, you lift up heavy things, and then you go home, you rest, you eat well, and that's where the muscle is grown. Strength comes after struggle. It comes after stress. It comes after a challenge. But you have the strength, and it's inner strength. She's the lion, but she's sitting next to the lamb. She could kill that lamb. She could do all sorts of violent things, but she doesn't, because the strength is inside of her. She also, like the magician, has infinity on her. See that tattoo up on her arm there? And the magician, he has infinity on his hoodie, meaning he can do whatever he wants. And you have the strength behind you in your immediate past. You're bringing that forward in this journey of the Celtic cross. Spirit is saying you can do whatever you want, but make sure that it is within your own energy. Your potentials, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is disappointing things that give you a headache. It is things happening that just make your mind look at him. He's got a headache. Thoughts are bothering him. But if you look at this card, you see a figure in the back who has his hands outstretched, and this light is coming down. This to me is saying that Spirit is available to you to help you solve any problem. 5 cards are all about change, shifting energy from one place to another. So you have thoughts that are bothering you here, but you have Spirit there as an option. So you get to decide, are you going to let the thoughts bother you? Or are you going to let Spirit step in and remove those thoughts and give you the freedom that you desire? Freedom from those thoughts is available. So that's a potential. Again, let's talk about that Judgment card. Spirit coming in to fill in the blanks. Spirit coming in to help you rebirth yourself. And then we have Spirit coming in on the Five of Swords to help you change the way you're thinking. In your future, things are moving really fast. You have the Eight of Wands. This is another card of focus, hinting back to that magician. All of the wands are pointing in the same direction, and it is a fast, successful conclusion of whatever it is that you're working on. Things are moving fast, and they're moving to a successful conclusion. This, to me, is saying that your energy is really strong. You just need focus, and you need to be in your own power, because things are going to move really fast. I'm not seeing a ton of let's go out and do the work energy over here. In fact, none of the cards are let's go out and do the work in this reading. It's more about your mindset. It's about you allowing Spirit to come in, and my ears are starting to ring for some reason. So take that however that resonates for you. This is about your mindset, about your thinking, about allowing Spirit to move in your life, taking a step back, the Hermit card, taking a step back and going up to the mountaintop, being in your own energy so that Spirit can help you move things forward. I think that Spirit is helping this conclusion happen. So just really trust and focus on what it is that you want and allow Spirit to make the movement. In your negative feelings, you have the Seven of Cups, which is the card of being spoiled for choice. There are too many choices here, and he is taking a step back to consider all of those choices. There may be a little bit of confusion about all of the choices that are available to you. This is in your negative feelings, so I think this is just maybe confusing time. So here I am telling you, look, you've got these cards of focus. You need to focus, and then in your negative feelings, what do I focus on? I got all of these things that I'm working on. I've got all of these options that I could do. What should I focus on? The solution really is to go up to the mountaintop, that Hermit card, that's the basis of the reading, the Judgment card, which is a foundation of the reading, to be in your own energy, in your own spiritual energy. I think it's really important too, because you have the Seven of Swords in your external factors. I think there's a number of ways to interpret this card, but given everything else on the table, I think it is very important for you to not communicate what's going on with you to other people around you. They're going to tell you what they think. They're going to tell you what they think you should do. And the Seven of Swords is a card about strategy and doing things in a cloaked way. It can be deception, but the more positive frame around deception is people are on a need to know basis always, and most of the time they don't need to know. I think you need to keep your cards close to your vest as you're working through the decisions that you're making, basically for the month of August. You need to be in your own energy. So don't go talking about your confusion. Don't go talking about the headaches that you have, the disappointments, the chaos that might be happening around you. Don't talk to other people about it. Go within. Go find your light, go find your focus, and your focus is the thing that Spirit is telling you is the challenge here. Stay focused on what you want, stay in your strength, stay focused on this successful journey, and it's going to be fine. You're going to be okay. But I wouldn't go talking to a ton of people about what's going on with you right now, especially eclipse energy. And everybody's got an opinion. There's a whole saying about that. With buttholes. Everyone has one of those too. All right. We've got the Four of Cups coming out in your hopes and wishes. This is a card of complacency. You have 3 cups. They're nice cups. They're things that make you feel good. But somebody's offering you a 4th cup and you're like, don't know if I really want it. I think the challenge here, this is in your hopes and wishes. And she's looking off in the distance at shiny objects. I think you need to be really grounded in what you currently have. You have the Strength card here. You have the Judgment card here. You have so much power in your mind. I think you need to feel grateful for all the things that you do have. I was just thinking about a friend of mine. There's some things I've been considering in my life. He's coming in really strong right now. And so I've been considering doing something. And one of my friends who passed away many years ago. Gosh, it's been about 20 years. He passed away and he was going through some stuff. But in retrospect, looking back 20 years later, the stuff he was going through was not all that much, but it was so Five of Swords energy for him. He was not turning towards the positive at all. He was letting all of this stuff get to him. But I look back at what his life looked like, and he had it going on. He owned a rental property that basically gave him enough money to live. He owned it outright. There was no mortgage or anything. He lived in one of the units. He was living off the rent that other people were paying him. He was fine. He had a van. He was doing van life stuff and going and traveling with his dog all over the country. He was doing all of this really cool stuff and he had so much freedom, but he was tortured by his thoughts. And I was like, wow, he had it going on. I never really considered how stable he was, but he felt so unstable in his mind. And that Four of Cups is just feeling like him, like he was complacent about all of the good stuff that he had going on. He had income coming in, passive income. All he had to do is take care of that property, and that wasn't that much because he lived in it, so he was right there. And he had, plenty of freedom to go travel. He didn't have to work a job. He was doing okay, but he had no gratitude for that foundation that he had. He had people that loved him. He had so much, but he couldn't see it because he was tortured by the thoughts in his mind. And he's coming in really strongly right now. I feel like everything I'm seeing here is that you have a very strong, solid foundation off of which you can build infinity number of things. But the thought of infinity number of things is something you feel very negative about, and that's getting to you, whereas Spirit's telling you here, look, you're doing all right. You are okay. Everything is just fine. Your outcome is the Lover's card. This could be a relationship that's coming in that's going to be the soul level kind of relationship, or it's a decision that you need to make. Given everything I have on the table here for you, I think this decision is going to be very impactful. But again, we are in eclipse season. It is not a time to make huge life decisions because there isn't a lot of clarity. And I'm seeing some confusion here with you and some lack of focus and a call to be focused. So I think you will become focused, actually, if you can be in your own energy and not talk to other people. I think you're going to be just fine, but allow the eclipse to work on you. Spirit is trying to fill in the blanks for you. So the things that might be bothering your mind, the confusion around all of these different options, Spirit's trying to make it very, very clear for you. And I think by the end of August, you will have your answer and you will know beyond any shadow of a doubt what the next step is. But I would just dream really big. As you're in your hermit energy, it's a great time to just fantasize about what life could be like. I feel like you have such a solid foundation here. I feel like you're in really, really good energy, Leo. I actually love this for you. All right. A clarifier, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is leaving something that felt good behind because you're seeing that something else better is happening. It comes after the 7 of Cups. 7 to 8, right? At least it's not 6 to 7. Teenagers. You're leaving things behind. Now you have 2 8s. You have 8, 8. Lionsgate portal happening. As I'm recording this on August 6th, hopefully posting this tomorrow on the 7th. If you watch it as the Lionsgate portal is happening, Spirit is telling you this is a good time to focus on what is the next big step, to really put your manifestation energies towards that infinity on 2 different cards. You can do whatever you want. And maybe that's not what you want to hear, but you have the ability to manifest whatever it is you want, and you have such a solid foundation from which to build. All right, let's pull a couple more clarifiers. Spirit, what do we have for Leo? We have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is focusing on some kind of loss. There are 3 cups before him that have spilled. Cups are the things that make us feel good. He still has 2 really great cups behind him, but the 3 cups that have spilled have him forlorn and upset. Most people will tell you that you need to focus on the 2 cups that you have behind you. 5s, again, are a call to change. We have the 5 of Swords to change your mind, the 5 of Cups to change your emotions, to turn around and look at those 2 cups. But with those 3 cups that we are focused on that have spilled, this is some kind of loss. It's okay to grieve that loss. Hermit energy is beautiful for grieving, for really letting Spirit work on you and allowing Spirit to change your mind, change your emotions. You have a card of changing your mind and changing your emotions here, and you have support here from Spirit to get the light and understand the journey that you've been on and what all of this means. All right, one more clarifier, then we'll do oracle cards. And you are getting the 6 of Pentacles. Wonderful. 6 of Pentacles. One person is receiving a gift of money. The other person is not. It is a balancing of financial karmas. So if you've been working on your money, if you've been working on things that serve humanity, whatever it is that you believe brings in money, then you are going to receive a gift of money, which is actually beautiful. It's just balancing things. And if your checkbook hasn't been balanced, this is a call to just balance things out, making sure what comes in allows you to save a little bit of money and allows you to pay all of your bills. Balance all of the money things. All right, let's get some wisdom of the oracle. This is for Leo Spirit. Thank you so much for the best message for Leo. Imagine. Yes. What have I been saying? Go up to the mountaintop, spend some time in imagination because you have infinity possibilities. So Spirit is telling you, yes, do that. That's a confirmation of that message. All right. Infinity possibilities, whatever you want. But there's some things with that 8 of Cups that you are not taking with you, but it is going to be so much better. You're moving towards something that is going to enliven you at a deeper level. and you are getting flexible. Yes, of course, when Spirit wants to speak with you, and they do with the Judgment card coming out on the bottom, flexible is what we need to be. We need to allow Spirit to work on us because there are so many different possibilities, and Spirit knows sometimes more than we do. We say, okay, I'd like to manifest a new car and I want a Lexus, and Spirit wants to give us more than that. Always, always Spirit wants to give us more. Help us fulfill what we value. That's what Spirit is working to help us do, but we have to allow that in. And the best way to do that is to be flexible. Leo, I hope this reading was helpful to you. If it was, like it. Share it with someone if you want to. Subscribe to the channel if you want more like this, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you.